welcome back to Contact. I'm Ryo. One moment. I'm riding the little tram down to the printing area because that's where I need to be for today. And apparently spectator cam does not lock orientation. But yeah, we're going to be doing some drone production. Yeah, so I made a few changes on this, namely I redid the points again to make things a little smoother and faster. I think I did mostly okay. I also put lights on here because lights are important. Let's come in. We kind of come in a jaunty angle. There we go. Now we'll ignore the rest of down here because I need to be here. So what we're going to be doing today is building a drone, specifically a large grid combat drone, so that when I go after the Factorum in the Stingray doesn't get instantly shredded. So I'm sort of going off of my experience with the small grid attack drones, the pufferfish, and with the converted cargo ships I used in my only successful Factorum attack. So my plan is to basically build a small and fast large grid ship that I can use to basically screen myself from enemy fire and missiles. I think I need steel to do anything. Oh, I also made some better food, so I have some chili and spaghetti. Actually, I think I can chow down on some bagged chili. So I think I'm going to start off with thrust. Now, a thing to consider on this is power is going to be important, and power requires a lot of mass. So let's aim to just have one large ion thruster. Pop a few batteries down. And then for conveyor system, that'll be handy. But I think 2 reactors. 2 reactors and several batteries should hopefully give me enough juice. Though, no, I think let's do this a little differently. So maneuverability is going to be key on this thing. So I'm gonna go with, this could be a mistake. I think I'm gonna go with large thrusters in at least all of these directions. No, this is getting too big, I think. It's not a bad idea. So I'm between a few philosophies. Here is my issue. Having maneuverability is obviously a good thing. It means that the drone can sort of move around, and with how drones work in Space Engineers, how the AI sort of works, they aren't very good at using just like one direction of heavy thrust and moving to employ that. So this might, this may be what I have to do, is just a big honkin' angry thing with like a large reactor in it to power it all. I don't really love that as a concept, but I mean, no, let's do it. Let's do it, but I can streamline it a little. So that becomes our thrust core. I don't need a ton of extra room in the thing because it just needs the AI controllers and guns. Yeah, so if we go with this and then get crazy, have a large reactor on board for power. It plus I have this battery row back here. That should allow me to do something. And actually, this gets tricky. Ow. Dang it. Okay, I may have to deal with those guys if they decide to come a pirating. So, with how this is set up currently, I can build armor that goes up to here, leaving me a large area back here. Okay, maybe. So if I change how these thrusters are oriented, shift them down. Now, instead of having the reactor up here, I can have the large reactor back here. Sort of in the crook of this. This is going to be a weird looking ship, I think. But it should work pretty well. I have to keep an eye on this thing as it gets larger and make sure it actually fits in the welding wall. I think it should. There's one way to find out, I suppose. I think I've got the core pretty much laid out. So I've got some gyroscopes, I have conveyors. There are blocks here and on the other side that are my AI blocks. Got main reactor piped in, got some batteries. I'm gonna real quick. Yeah. That's fun. I'm gonna modify the welding drone so that I can, grip this thing and maybe get it welded up through the power of the base. Hopefully I have enough platinum for this. My plan is as well, I'm not going to just have one drone. I'm going to have, you know, like 4 actually, probably. That's the exact number because I have 4 pylons over here with 4 pads. So, much like when I launched the other guys, I'm going to have them stick to these pads onto 4 nacelles and I can warp them in and then deploy them as sort of escort once I'm there. Okay, let's go up here. Use our nice control tower. Maneuver ourselves so we can connect to this where I want to connect to it. And this will hopefully get a lot of this welded. I'll probably have to come in and do some bits by hand, but alright. Oh, it is heavy. And as soon as I weld these up, it's gonna have thrust, which isn't great. Alright, any second now. Depth perception is... oh! Okay, things are welding. Kinda rotate her sideways. Hopefully I'm not shearing bits off. Oh, also... oh. That would help. It's not that my gyros were weak, it's that my gyros were turned down. Wait. This almost gives me control, but... and using the merge, or the mag plate versus the merge block does mean it's a little janky to operate. There's a lot more unaccounted for torque in the system. Okay. So I have 1K of platinum now left. Got a fair bit of gold. I hope I'm good. I am stuck in a production loop. In fact, can I remote somewhere in the base? Yes. Auto crafting LCD. Let's tell it. Superconductors. Let's have 500. I don't know how many conductors one thruster requires, but hopefully if I give it a second, remaneuver everything, that'll give us some more to work with before we have to wait. Oh yeah, so each of these thrusters takes 960. Bring up our auto crafting LCD again. Oh. Oh no. Oh yeah. I changed the superconductor. The thrusters are actually, or thrust components are actually where I want them. Superconductors I changed, but that's fine because these also take superconductors. No. Okay, well, this takes superconductors. 100 of them. I'm going to change that down from 500. Because I can't read. So it takes 2 platinum per thruster component. I am quickly running low. Do I have a platinum GPS? No. Uh-oh. I thought I did. I suppose I don't. Okay. I guess we go scouting for platinum. 'Cause I definitely don't have enough to build 4 of these things. I don't even think I have enough to build 1. Now hopefully I didn't mess up and delete something. Because I did clean up my signals. There is a chance that I accidentally selected one I didn't mean to. That does not have platinum. It's also possible that if I had platinum, I've mined it all. So I deleted the signal because I no longer need it because there was no more platinum there. Okay. Real quick, let's jump to uranium. I don't know if this gives me any better chance of finding platinum, but I feel like I've looked around a lot of these near me, and if there were some, I'd probably have had it marked. Also, am I... Good. Looks like I am... Nope. I'm still full of uranium. Dang it! That explains why I'm so heavy. Well, this thing has a lot of cargo capacity. At the very least, if I find some, I should be able to get enough to build the current drone comfortably. These look like they're all gold. Let's see, there's ice. Yes, ice and gold. That's fun. Yeah, if I can get enough to build this drone, and not get pirated, then at the very least I have a location I can come back in between when I'm printing off all the other drones. Well, I've looked at pretty much everything here and found nothing. Just double check. Actually, hold on. There's one right at the planet. Oh. What do you contain? Nothing. Alright. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna start sort of hopping back towards base. And checking around there. I don't want to go towards the scout drone. Okay. 16 kilometers. It's kind of close to halfway between and should keep me out of range of that pirate. Alright. What goodies do we have here? Oh? Hold on. This could be it. This looks like stone, and I'm seeing a spike here, here, and right there for platinum. Alright. Hopefully there's enough here to make it worth my while. Hopefully I can get to it this decade. In fact, I'm almost tempted. Okay. I'm gonna create some GPSs here. So those two are in a line. I should be able to orient off of them to find the vector I'm currently traveling on. I'm gonna do a 5-kilometer jump, and if I overshoot this asteroid, I'll know which one it is because I just rotate until those two GPSs are in a line. And hopefully this gets me closer and not just further away on the other side. Okay. Quick check. Yep, that's the same asteroid. I might be within... Oh yeah, I'm near the asteroids. That cluster is my iron, so... I wonder if this was my platinum. I extracted most of it. Or if this was my platinum and I just deleted the GPS on accident. Let's see if it was 10 kilometers away. And we're inching closer. Wahaha. Okay, I don't think I can get any closer. Though I do... Yeah, there's some platinum on the surface. The rest of my maneuverability would not be good, but I could add 4 more ions to the back, which may at least give me the ability to boost in one direction. Which, for the bulk of space travel, I can fly this thing like a rocket with just, you know, directionals. I can even have the new 4 turn off when I don't need them, so that I'm not pushing too hard into rock. Just have them there to get me up to speed. Granted, that means I'll need to turn and burn if I want to slow down quickly, but that's not unheard of as a thing to do. Eat some spaghetti. Nice pre-mining spaghetti. This is just a little poke out of it. Something I don't know is if the aura spectroscopy mod changes if you remove all the ore from an asteroid. It's like if this is the only platinum here and I get rid of it, will the mod not show platinum anymore, thus telling me that I have in fact gotten all the platinum available. I imagine there's more platinum on this rock than just this, but I will check. Being on this little spurt, though, does make it really easy. I'll eat this whole thing, and I don't even have to worry about maneuvering. There we go. Still shows platinum. Don't know what that means, but I assume there's some more somewhere. How much ore did I get? Got a handful. I'm gonna go home, hope that this is enough for one drone, and then I'll come back when I'm less full of uranium and also not recording to get more. I just realized a great irony. I probably could have seen this without flying away, I just didn't look at it. Huh. Also, am I far enough that I can jump to base? Nope. Great. Okay. I just do a minimum range jump in that general direction, I should get there. Okay. Well, it looks like everything is welded over here. How are we doing? Yeah, so we are a little low on platinum. But everything should be built. So now I get to try and rotate to where I can do stuff with this. I'm gonna... I like using the nice control area, but I think this is gonna be a lot easier when I can maneuver myself to see things. I think I'm gonna try something real quick, because I want to get both the lower thruster and that large reactor. So I think if I can squeeze the thrusters above the gantry. Scoot it in just like so. Maybe? Okay, that's going. That just needs to be finished. I can do that. In fact, while it does that, I may weld some of this side by hand because I don't feel like rotating it again. Okay. So, that'll take a while. How am I doing on reactor? Whoops. Reactor components. That's not what I want to type. At least where I want to type it. Okay. Still producing them. Guess we'll just head up to the control room and wait for this to finish. Alright, I don't know how long that's been done, but it's done now. Let's just gently grip. Move this to somewhere more conducive. And then, is that, okay, that is a docking camera. That's good to have. And docked. Let's get to skinning and finishing the rest of this thing. Oh well. I was gonna say it's a little close, but this goes away, so that solves that. Okay, I'm liking this. It's weird. It's very sort of lumpy. Don't love this though. Is there a good way to improve? Ooh, I bet there is. Yeah, I think that'll do. That'll do nicely. So when I sort of saw the under skeleton, the way the thrusters all lined up, I realized what shape I was sort of going for. And a quick search on my suit data banks has told me this isn't quite the shape I'm getting. I think it'll be good, so I'm gonna call this the grouper. And it's just gonna be this big bulbous fella. It actually, oh, actually, dang, it looks. Oh, no. I know what this'll look like. What are those called? Hold on. Anglerfish. This is an anglerfish. In fact, yes. Okay. So this is an anglerfish. I'm gonna make it shaped anglerfishy. And I'm gonna have a little stalk with a decoy out the front. So it is an anglerfish. Brilliant. Okay. Which sort of fits because the pufferfish is sort of a similar shape, but it was more those fish that puff up. They have a proper name, I can't remember. But yes, anglerfish, ready for combat. Except for it's not. So, got a lot more welding to do. Oh, right. So, looking at this now that it's sort of mostly welded, it looks like it should be the front of a much bigger ship, but it isn't. So, here it is. I think it'll just fit within the welding wall. So that should be interesting. But there are a few things to finish up here. Namely all the final conveyoring bits. I like the shape overall. It's definitely weird, but I think that works for it. I was originally going to have a another weapon emplacement on the very front here, but I can't think of a good way to do it. So I think I'm not going to. Though I am, I think. Let's see what happens if I take this out. Actually, ooh. I may rework this a bit. So, anglerfish have, in addition to their little dangly antenna and their bulbous pods, they're known for having a big sort of mouth on them. Sort of this out-jutting jaw with bunches of teeth. So I wish I'd thought of this earlier before. Nope, that needs to stay. Yeah, what I may do is make that on here. And while I'm here, it gives me easy access to the interior. That looks right. That's an anglerfish. Now I probably want to cover up the delicate insides, but I can do that in a moment. Okay. So I think next step is we'll do armament, and I think I also still need a connector. I should have enough steel to place everything. Oh, need to weld that. So I have several hard points on here. What I think I'm gonna do... Do I want normal? We can do... We'll do new Gatling turrets. So I'm gonna have 4 Gatling turrets on here. Then top and bottom. Ooh.
Energy low.
So that top hard point does pose an issue for me. It may not need to be an issue though. I'll just do something a little creative here. Anyway, on the top hard points. Yeah, I think I'll go with assault cannon turrets. Top and bottom. My idea with the armaments, this thing's primary mission is distraction. So, I want it to be able to sort of fly along, probably fly in ahead of me, distract and hopefully take out enemy missiles with its Gatling guns. So, a lot of Gatling fire tight together will hopefully improve that. Then a few slightly heavier guns just to do a bit of damage. But this thing's main purpose is to defend. So I want it to be more defensive in nature. So the last little detail here. Is our angler. Yeah. And I may... Hold on. Does it look better? I think it'll look better with the traditional decoy. That's an anglerfish, alright. It needs a paint job, but shape-wise that's good. Let me real quick. What color is anglerfish? Oh. There's sort of a strange purpley color. I could do strange purpley color. Yeah, that's an anglerfish. I'm excited. This thing's fun. I need a few more quick things. I feel like I keep saying that, but it keeps being true. So I need emerge blocks, and I can actually print this guy. That can go right here. Then with a merge block, I kind of want a door just to make it feel like I should be, you know, can't just walk into the drone and start cutting things apart. So I'll have that right there. I can go in. We'll just do a quick check around. So as it prints, it'll do the merge block and that upper bit. Then it'll do the door, and it should be able to get both of these layers at once as it does the door. And then from there, the shell should give structure to everything as I print it out. Batteries are attached to it. Conveying system will be attached to it, so as I go...
Energy low.
Where did the... Okay, the gyros are down here. And those need to be... Need a block right there so that those can get placed even if the reactor doesn't. Yeah, and everything else should be good. Now I kind of want to cover in the inside here. Just so that, so there's not a big gaping hole. I guess if I wanted to... I could rig up a fixed gun in here. But I don't think that's going to be useful. So, my plan for the actual setup of these, my plan is to have them so that they will follow me, for starters. That's on their default behavior. Then, when they detect an enemy, they will switch and engage their attack protocol, which will send them in, they'll do some of the strike and break away maneuver. Because I feel like that does the best job of distracting the enemy and getting them fighting this thing. So then once they break away, they go away. It's not going to be pointed directly at the enemy, is my plan. I mean, I maybe could, just because it's there. What does this look like with an artillery turret tongue? It's a little silly. It is a little silly. I could also put a railgun, but a railgun's gonna stick way out the front. You know what? Why not? You never know when this'll come in handy. I'd consider sticking a turret in here, except I don't think a turret's gonna actually have, because of these teeth, it's not gonna actually have a very good firing solution. Alright, so we've got an antenna and a remote now, so I should... Turn on our thrusters.
Energy
You know what I
low.
forgot? That's why this front was so easy to design. It doesn't have reverse thrust. Okay. Well, no gun, it's gonna
Inventory
shoot
full.
fire out of its mouth. Like Barracuda, or not Barracuda, like anglerfish in nature do. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to fit a large grid thruster in here. Let's do some science. If this guy doesn't cook the tooth in front of it, and maybe I stick one above, because yeah, those teeth are slightly different. So if these two don't cook the teeth in front of them, I can have 6 small thrusters. which is not as good as one large thruster, I'm pretty sure, but it'll fit and be better than just 2 small thrusters, which is what I can do otherwise. And if it doesn't have very much reverse thrust, that's not the end of the world, but it is kind of nice to, you know, especially for the drones where the drone AI is what's trying to control them. They're not good at, well, they like balanced thrust. That's what we'll say. Alright. Thrust in reverse. How are these teeth looking? Looking perfect. Alright. Let's go ahead and add our gums back in. Just so there are no unsightly gaps. Okay, and this should give us enough thrust that, well, the ship will work as a ship. Remote access. Yeah, that's good thrust. Now, yeah. Ooh. Okay, we're kind of overtaxing things just at baseline, but we don't have any uranium. So, let's go ahead and, I was gonna say feed the anglerfish, but I'm at the wrong end for that. Let's dump some uranium in the tank. How does she handle now? Oh yeah. Oh no. That's a lot of forward thrust. Stand up the top here and control it. Oh yeah. This is good. Plenty of power. Maximum degrees of, well, I guess 3 degrees of movement. And all we do is 50% draw. Moves like nothing else. Tracks pretty well. Being very risky because there are some floaty asteroids around here. It's got its little ball. Aww. I'm happy. Oh, I've also fallen off of it. Whoops. Yeah, this is a fighting machine right here. Armed to the teeth, it has literal teeth. I'm feeling good. So, next time, well, in between times, I'm gonna go ahead and print off 3 more of these. Get all the actual AI parts set up, because that's boring anyway. And then we should be ready to go after, well, someone in the Factorum. So for now, thank you everybody so much for watching. Feel free to check out the other stuff I've done, and until next week,
Energy low.
energy low.